Andrew McCart, iFLTV. Sam Jones, you made me run about a mile down a corridor. You tried to get away from me.
Sorry.
You tried,
Yeah.
but you failed. I'm here. Let's talk business. I want to talk business. The sheriff badge, the monocle.
Yes.
What's going on? What happened there?
The sheriff badge has now gone to Jack's daughter Riley, so that's no longer it's no longer in my possession. I'm not sure where the monocle is actually.
But you could have kept it for fight week.
Huh?
Fight week.
Listen, we pulled it out today. We pulled it out today. Listen, life, Andrew. You know, in life, you shouldn't take yourself too seriously.
No.
And that's why I said, look, I'm happy to be the deputy sheriff today, because senior's the real sheriff, right? I'm happy to be the fill-in, the B-Tech sheriff. I'm happy to fill that today's void. Yeah, and that's what I did.
That's what I'm saying. Fight week, though, he will be here. Are you looking forward to that? Because, like I said,
Absolutely.
Senior is a legend of the game.
Absolutely.
And
I was looking forward to seeing him today. I was under understanding that he was going to be here today, so I was upset when he wasn't here, because I wanted to listen to him, just listen to him, because he's a legend, and I've got full respect for Christopher Livingston Eubank.
I think we all have. I think he is a national treasure, like Harlem said. Now, talking about Harlem and Jack Catterall, tough fight. I mean, I said to Jack Catterall, I mean, this is definitely a must-win. All fights are must-win fights, but for this one, it's like back-to-back losses, up at 147. I mean, you lose this fight, where do you go from here? So how much is this fight important to you at this stage in his career?
They're all important. Every fight has an importance, from your debut to the middle fight. Every fight is a must-win fight in a fighter's eyes, right? But look, like I said, people keep saying, oh, this is a step down for Jack. Harlem's 21-0 and in the top 10 in all the governing bodies at welterweight. It's not a step down, like in the sense of maybe because Harlem's not proven that it is. But look, it's a fight that people can get behind. It's Catterall versus Eubank, right? Eubank's, the name holds enormous value. It's boxing royalty, right? So that's why I said to Harlem at the press conference, it's very difficult for me to sit there and pretend I don't like Harlem. Harlem's my friend. Like, he is a genuine mate. And if he says anything over, he's lying. But me and Harlem are friends. I respect him, I respect his family, and I respect what the Eubank name means for British boxing. But he has a responsibility after watching his cousin box in front of 90 or 80,000 people, or how many people there were there, in one of the best fights I've ever watched. He has a responsibility to uphold his family name, right? Jack's boxing at world level. Jack also, I said it to Jack at the press conference, I didn't just say it's down to Harlem, it's down to both of them to make this fight gel into a great fight for the fans. We don't want a stinker. We don't want a stinker. We want a great fight for the fans. But I just believe Jack Catterall beats him in every single department. People will watch the last fight and they will say, Jack's there. But Jack's been competing at world level a long time. And he's not got his, he ain't got a belt to prove it, but he should have been a world champion, which we're not going to go into again because it's boring now. But this is a big moment for both of them for different reasons. Both 31 years old.
That being said, Jack beats Harlem Eubank. Does he stick around at 147 and try and make an assault at that? I mean, the Brian Norman Juniors, the Boots Ennises, the belts might become vacant with Boots Ennis if he moves up to 154. So there might be an easier option. I know Jack doesn't like the easier options. You can just tell by the way he approaches the game. But
accepts every fight.
Is he going to stay at 147 for this?
Just depends, Andrew. Like, this fight here was more of the opportunity, because Harlem isn't bigger than Jack. Like, you saw the size difference. They're not. Jack's bigger than Harlem. So if anything, it's an extra £7 for Jack to be comfortable on fight week. And like, to see Jack healthily and happily make weight is going to be play a very big role in this fight, because Jack's a big 140, but he's not he wouldn't be a big welterweight. But if you look at Lopez moving up to welterweight, he's not a 147, but he's moving up. Ryan Garcia moving up to welterweight, he has moved up to welterweight. Devin Haney, he's really a 140, moving up to 147. All of these natural 140s are moving up to 147, so it's not as if Jack's going to be out of place size-wise. Look, at Boots Ennis, it's a different conversation. He's enormous. He's a huge welterweight, so it's different. It's whatever presents itself. If there's a world title opportunity at 147, Jack will head that way. If there's a world title opportunity at 140, he'll head that way. But at this fight, we thought, why not? There's no reason as to why not. Harlem's well ranked. He's earned his ranking. He's done great things on Channel 5. He's done some great numbers on there. The Sowlands have done a great job with him doing that. And it's a great fight that people are interested in.
Definitely, and all British clash, we all love that.
Sure.
Now, Sam, it'll be remiss of me not to talk about it because we spoke briefly on the phone about the Josh Taylor fight and whatnot, and I just want to get your thoughts on the fight against Echo Essuman at the weekend.
Well, I told you, didn't I, Andrew? I said I was a little bit concerned about the fight because, and it's not so much with Josh being, oh, Josh is finished, because it's easy to say that. Do you know, after someone's finished, it's like similar. Do you know Liam Smith, after his fight, it's more activity. Activity's killed Liam Smith. It wasn't that, oh, he's shot to pieces. It's like Liam's been out especially when you get older, it's harder. Do you know what I mean? It becomes harder. Like, you have to be active. And I think Josh Taylor suffered with the same thing. Like, he boxed Jack a year ago. Like, it's not good enough. Inactivity has really hurt Josh Taylor. And look, I was happy for Echo because Echo is probably the nicest man you will ever meet. But at the same time, Josh Taylor, for me, is the best Scottish fighter that's ever lived. I know you will say, a lot of people say Ken Buchanan, but in my opinion, first ever guy in the 4-belt era to win the undisputed title. Yeah, controversy against Jack, all that stuff, but we have to look at the facts. The facts are he's an undisputed champion. You can never take that away from him. He's achieved what most people would dream to achieve, right? So if Josh wants to retire, legacy secured. If Josh wants to carry on, legacy secured. He has earned the right to pack in whenever he wants to pack in or carry on. He's earned that right. So people should give him that right to do so. Like, Josh Taylor's still a big name. People will still want to fight him, but yes, the opportunity are not, the pay is going to be, because listen, we know Josh likes a pound note. So,
don't we all?
Yeah, don't we all? But he's going to want his opportunities, and he's going to have to take another step back to kind of go forward again. And it's whether he's got the ambition to do it. But if he does, good luck to him. And if he doesn't, hang your gloves up and be proud of the career that you have achieved.
There's always been talk about the trilogy fight with Jack Catterall. Is that dead now?
Listen, it all depends on there's always an appetite for domestic fights because they don't like each other, Jack and Josh. They don't like each other. It never got really, it got resolved in the ring, like after the rematch and stuff, and Jack won the fight. But they're never going to go for a beer with each other. So who knows if the rematch could, you never say never in boxing.
Yeah,
as
definitely.
it stands, yes, it doesn't look like as though it's a fight that we would entertain because Josh is coming off of a string of losses. He needs to really get a win and kind of get firing again. But ultimately, I've learned in boxing, never say never.
Definitely. Now, I want to get your thoughts on this now. Moses Itauma is unbelievable. That knockout was stunning. Now, there's talk about him fighting Martin Bakole, and we know that's the sort of relationship you have with Billy Nelson and whatnot. And this might be, you might give a funny answer to this. I think this is what people are after. So, your thoughts on Moses Itauma against Martin Bakole, because that's what's being talked about right now.
It would be the same way, but more painful than the Michael Hunter fight at your call all them years ago. Moses Itauma's a mover. Michael Hunter's not a puncher. Moses Itauma's a puncher, and he moves. He is a freak of fucking nature, Moses Itauma.
Does he stop Bakole?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. I believe so.
Do you think it will happen?
Probably not. But if it does, we'll all watch it, won't we?
Definitely.
But it's like, listen, Billy sometimes, right, and he gets a lot of stick. He's getting a lot of stick, like, with the Bakole, but he's done a good job for Martin Bakole. He's earned him they've earned a lot of money. They've done really well. But one thing Billy just doesn't really grasp is when he says, what's in it for Bakole? Like, what's in it for Bakole? He's number one in the WBO. Where's Bakole now in the rankings? So really, you need him. They're speaking as if it's the other way around. No, you need him now. He's number one in the rankings. You're in the middle of nowhere again. The only difference is now is people are happy to fight Bakole because he's looked like a Christmas pudding in his last two fights. And he has. Let's just be honest. He has. He's looked shit in his last two fights. He's been called the boogeyman, hasn't he? But Bakole. Me, I'm a believer. I was a believer in that. I've seen Bakole. Bakole's a great fighter, but he's not turned up. The first time you could forgive him, but the second time, unforgivable. He's wobbled in and he's got chinned, hasn't he? Well, he's not got chinned. Hello, Adam. For big fight news for Adam Hamed soon, by the way. Very big news.
Let us in then. Let us in.
Yeah, come in, Adam. Come in,
Are we allowed to drop it?
No, we can't do it yet.
Oh.
But it's the biggest one yet for Adam, I would say so.
Can you give us a date? When? What?
It'll be in July, but it's gonna be. I can't.
In here? I'm pressing you. Would it be in July in this one? No?
Stop, he's doing it. No, but we'll get into trouble. We'll have Frank ringing us and we'll be in trouble.
I already nearly dropped it.
Yeah, I know. He already came in and did it. But no, Joe, I'm really happy because Adam was on a string of activity. And look, it's a little bit frustrating. He's been out the ring a few months, but now he's going to be super active now. We had a really great meeting with George Warren and we've got exciting plans for Adam. But then fight news, I'm so excited. I'm more excited than he is.
Well, let's talk to Adam. Like, we just saw big names like Eubank and Ben putting up a great show and carrying on that legacy of their father. Now, your father, we all know, it's actually your father that got me into boxing, believe it or not, all them years ago when I was a young kid coming through and wanted to box. I used to watch. So how excited are you to get in there, get in the mix and carry on that legacy like your father did?
I feel like it's meant to be, you know what I mean? I feel like everything so far that's happened in my life, it's all meant to be and it's all written. So my father being who he is, it's a massive blessing. To me it's just dad, but to everyone else it's the prince, you know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely going to continue the legacy and I'm going to hold the family name very, very high, inshallah.
Does it start with this fight that you're talking about? I'm not going to press you on it, but this fight, Sam seems excited about it, you seem excited about it, you almost dropped it, but don't do it, because I might have to cut this interview.
It's a moment, it's good, it's important for his family name, him.
Everything.
It's the best possible stage.
And will the fans get excited about it? When we see your name and this opponent that you've got lined up, are the fans going to be like, whoa, let's go? No. Adam's looking at me going, no.
He's going to be involved in great fights down there. Right now, you have to understand, when he boxes, I say this all the time, when he boxes, he has more pressure on his back than most fighters could dream of because of what his name is. So you give him time and he will come good.
That's what I mean. We've seen likes of Campbell Hatton and all these guys. Sometimes the pressure.
I want to make.
The pressure.
That's in the pipeline.
I would honestly, listen, we love Campbell Hatton, we love Ricky. Ricky I love to death. But it's a fight that people will love. Not yet. Adam's got to build his record, get more experience. But when that fight is a marketable fight when it happens, and it will happen, and he'll do the job.
For people my age, that nostalgic feeling will come back, because like the Eubank Ben, I watched their dads as a kid growing up, and now if you get the Hatton and Ahmed name in the same mix, then I'm going to just lose my shit again. I don't know.
Everyone's all over it, aren't they? Everyone will be all over it. Everyone will go, yeah, but then they'll think, hold on a minute.
But that's what they done with Eubank.
Correct. And then we saw one of the best fights we've seen in recent memory.
Do you feel? I've got to say, do you feel pressure carrying that name?
To be honest with you, bro, it's everyday life, innit? It's like since I was born, obviously the pressure's there, but you just sort of get on with it now. I'm at a point now where I truly believe in my ability and I believe in my team, and most importantly, I believe in God. So I feel like it's in God's hands, and when it comes to me, I'm grafting every day doing my job, and I've got an amazing team behind me, and I feel like a year down the line, inshallah, I'm going to be the face of British boxing.
And listen, you've got plenty of time on your hands. Sam Jones, I know you're in a rush. Adam, nice to meet you for the first time. And listen,
Is this the first time you've ever met?
I think so. Yeah. Well, listen, you don't introduce me anymore. You don't invite me down the shows. There you go, Adam. Nice to meet you, brother. Nice. God bless you. Thank you. The next one, Sam. See you soon, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you, Adam. Thank you.
See you later, Andrew.